Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been such a long time. I don't remember the last time I actually released a video. So today we're going to be looking at ICP. Okay, I've actually released this to my VIP members when it was around $4 to $5. And it was one of the calls that I've made also since I think a year and a half ago. It was one of the biggest runners for the last quarter of 2023, which is quite amazing to see. A lot of my members have made a lot of money out of this one, so I'm very pleased with that. So if you were in a situation like this and you don't know whether to cash out or to re-enter again, what do you do? Okay, so those who have bought very early around $5 and want to stay in it, I would always suggest, if you catch a really good price, do not play around with your trade, do not mess it around, stick to your trade because you've entered in a very good price. So your risk reward ratio is actually in your favor. However, if you've missed out on the $5 region or the $4 region and you entered quite late, what do? Do you take profits, or do you scalp it? Do you swing it? Do you day trade it, etc.? So what I did is, when I first gave the call, I always go by the weekly time frame, as you already know. All right, so I gave this call around here when I saw these dojis happening, and we got a golden cross on both of my beautiful EMAs, the 12 and the 26. We've got a beautiful cross here, and then we had a massive bull break, right? That was a good 138% or 39%. Just let's write it out 140% increase, okay? Now, if you did miss out and you actually bought anywhere around here, what you do is always go down to the smaller time frame. So before, I was always using the weekly to make an indication on where to enter from. But if you missed out on the perfect price, what you do is you have to narrow down to the smaller week time frames and then check if there's another pattern that you can pick up. Now, if I do go down to the 6-hour time frame, I realize, well, hold on a second, I could see a bull flag. So what do? I know there's a breakout going to be imminent here. A breakout is going to happen. So I throw my lines to see where it's going to break out from, and then I realize, wait, hold on a second, we've got a beautiful accumulation up, down, up, down, up, down within this range, which caused us to create a massive bull flag, or a symmetrical triangle breakout, and then we buy at the breakout of the upper trend line. That's how you usually buy. You buy here, okay, and then you make sure that you make majority of the move. Now, with these type of breakouts, what happens is that once you get a breakout from here, they come down to retest and then jump, but you need to see a retest, okay? Otherwise, it's not gonna have enough follow through. So when we do have, let me draw it here so you guys can see. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we break out. What price likes to do, it essentially, especially when it's textbook TA, is that test the upper trend line and then continue to go up. And that is a healthy way of a breakout. If it keeps doing this, okay, goes up, down, up, down, up, down, and it keeps going up and up and up, when it does come down to correct, it's going to be a quick flash down, and you don't want to be in that situation. You want it to go up in a staircase motion, okay, because it's more secure that way. Now, what we've seen here, I wanted to check. Now, I've seen that we've broken out, but did we come to retest the upper trend line? And the answer is yes. How do I know? I go down to the smaller time frame, and then I check on the 4-hour. We actually did. What happened? We got here we go. We got out. We actually consolidated on this. By the way, it's either that a breakout will happen, it will come down, or what likes to happen is that we get a consolidation on the upper trend line, and that's what you would like to see. Upper consolidation, where you have small candlesticks forming next to one another, it's identical for it to come down to retest, okay, which means it's retesting not once, multiple times. So it's retesting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's essentially the same thing as if it does go up and it comes down to retest, okay? It's identical to the same thing. The only thing is that you need to understand, did it come down to check whether this upper trend line is acting as support? The answer is yes, because on the smaller time frame, we found that there was consolidating candles, smaller candles that were lined up in same range near one another, okay, adjacent to one another. So we got this massive bull break, And what I would like to do to see where my target is, usually people like Fibonacci's, people like to throw lines and etc., or even try to project. There's multiple methods. You can project from here to here, grab it, and then from the upper trend line, you can kind of project or forecast. You can make a 50% move. But what I would like to do, because I'm not that type of trader, I like to look at previous support and resistances. So I look at here and see to myself, where is the next line of resistance? And that will be right here. So therefore, I know immediately that we are going to go to $15 and test that to see whether we can break that from resistance and turn it into support. Capiche? Do you understand? Good. So again, let's reiterate. If you missed out on a good price from $5 because you missed out on this one, what you do is that you have to always go down to the smaller time frame to see whether you can get another entry. And then you look at the patterns, what's forming on the smaller time frame. So in this case, in this occasion, we're looking at the 6 hours. I got a beautiful bull break formation on a triangle, on a symmetrical triangle breakout. And I entered around here, for example, at $9 because you were trying to make the majority of the move upwards, right? But because my entry is a bit risky, I'm looking to not swing it. I'm, however, looking at taking profits, because if you're entering at very, very early stage, I suggest that you don't play around with it. Just let it go. Let it run. You caught it at a perfect price. Let it go. But if you entered anywhere around here, I would definitely suggest, yes, you can make the majority of the bull move, but do take profits, because already, if you think about it, if we try to project, we've had a good, up to here, it's a 200% move. If it does go there, it's a 200% move. So only indicates that we could come down. So take profits if you do miss out on a good entry. Do not take profits very easily. If you got a perfect entry price, keep it running. Okay? I hope that's clear. It's just a quick thought process on why and how I select my trades. If you got in a very early entry, if you got in a very late entry, take profits sooner. Early entries, let it go. Let it run. Do not mess it around. Do not mess it around. I'll give you another example like TRB. I called this to everyone in my group as well at around $12, guys. $12. Like literally legit around here. When I got these cross, I called it at $12. Yep. And guys, if you had left it, it would have done 2,000%. Okay? Why would I want to risk missing out on 2,000% just because I want to be taking profits in the way? Because I got a perfect price. So when you get a perfect price entry, which you know that it won't come down to those price levels again, just keep it going. Let it go, because you got the perfect price. It's like saying selling Ethereum at $2,000 when you've already bought Ethereum at $5. There's no point. You got it at $5, might as well just see where it goes. You let it keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like those Bitcoin traders that bought Bitcoin at $12. When it went to 50, they sold. Look at Bitcoin now. Don't be like that. If you caught something at a perfect price, you let it go. See where it takes you. It can go up and do 1,000 folds, and that's what you need essentially. But if you got in very late, say for example you missed out on majority of the move on TRB, what you do is that you have to always zoom in, smaller time frames, even more, and then see whether you can get the same kind of pattern breakout. Could I enter again? At around $78. Why? Because we got the same EMA tightening, the 12 and the 26, and that could have been another way to make a good 218%. Yes, it's not 2,000%, but it's a 208% nevertheless. Okay, great money to come into you for you guys. So remember, if you entered late, try to zoom into the smaller time frame to find a perfect entry. If you entered very early, just let it go and see where that takes you. I hope that it's absolutely clear. If you do have any questions for me, guys, leave it in the comments below. I will read them and I will respond. Have a great year. 2024 is going to be great for you guys. I hope that you guys will achieve everything that you would like, not just in trading perspective, but whether it's family, whether it's health, whether it's money, whether it's children, whether it's whatever it is. I hope you achieve everything that you've ever dreamt for in 2024. Good luck and Happy New Year. Ciao, ciao.